Hey everybody, Mntdewmania here and welcome back to Stonies. Um I'm not working on one of the quests today. Well, I am, but we're not going to focus on that today. Um Somebody asked me, show you here. Um I think it was Cassiox. I hope I'm saying that right. Cassiox. Um was asking me about showing off the different totems and statues and stuff. So, if you go up here and you click on the flowers, these are all the different things that you can make um, and put in your world to help you out that give resources and stuff. There's the saber-tooth god, which is just the crystals, the bear man, the Venus, and then you get into things that you can actually build. Unfortunately, most of these you can only do one. I don't know how I got 4 out of 3, but I mean, it works. But this one seems like you can do more than one. It just gives 10. Um, and then I wish I could do another water dispenser. That would be epic because that's the one that gives me all the potions. And then the other ones, if they're not blocked out, you can have as many as you want. So I'm hoping that maybe when I get to another era, if I don't know if there is another era, maybe the you can get more. But I mean, and for the most part, most of them are. I don't want to say that they're not helpful. They are, but they're just a little, And then, of course, if you get the coins, the friendship coins, which if you help each other, go in and you've seen me bless everybody's Stonies before, you come to the redeem right here. Here is a fire bush that gives quartz or emerald or divine power. And then on out toward here, you got the obelisk and the phoenix, and then the big tree of life. So, and I've only got one of those. And the only reason I've just done one of these is for right now, it's just room. And what it gives you is either you get the topaz, which is a rarity 4, ruby, which is rare. I rarely get a ruby, or you get 500. I seem to go through these 3 or 4 times before I get the 500. Um, then you have the different kinds when you have an event. The event is usually around a holiday or a season. Like the one I just finished was the Christmas, the Dino gingerbread dinorama, and it does take a lot of time, and it does take a lot of materials to finish one because usually they are 5 or 6 levels, and then of course you have the time it takes to actually build them. Now this one, it doesn't seem like much. I mean, just 1 or 2 doesn't seem like much, but in a pinch, I mean, to me the potions are just priceless, especially the yellow ones. Um, but like I say, it can take time, and I was lucky because on this one I got like 20 days. I mean, and this is not like Minecraft. This is not like, the days are 15 minutes long or something. When it says 24 hours, one day, it means 24 actual hours. So you can spend a lot of time doing this. So that's why I was happy to see. I don't know if it's like an update and they're going to do this from now on, but some of the other ones, I mean, you get like 4 or 5 days. And if you're like me and you're in the middle of doing a series, sometimes because we've talked about inventory a lot, you cannot just get rid of stuff that you have worked so long, or it's time sensitive, like meat or something like that, and it's going to go out in an hour. You have to concentrate on what you're doing. So, like this one, I didn't get to. I only got to level 3. Now, something I don't know, and if you do know, because see that's the Easter one. I would love to know when it comes Easter again. Can I take up where I left off? That is what I'm kind of curious to see. I know this one. I only got to level 3 on the summer one, but and I mean when you only get to the the 1 or 2 levels, then I mean you don't get great stuff. So I'm again hoping I will get to continue this. If not, I mean, would it be worth it to start a new one? Would that be an option? Can I remove this one? That's going to be, we're going to pay close attention to that as time comes on. Now, this one is pretty healthy. This is the medium food shrine. It's the big wood tree, and it's I mean it takes a lot to get it, but the food. I mean the shrines have come in so handy. Instead of wasting somebody picking food or berries, which I'm only doing this because I'm going through so much food, is that you don't waste bodies. They're not tied up doing something else. So then down here, I've got actually some of, like, here's the bear guy, and I've got a couple of these because of the hammers. I was going through hammers and the stone axes like crazy, and sometimes you get lucky and you can get 3 or 4, and then you don't have to worry about it. So I do have a couple of these. Now here is the obelisk. It doesn't really give much, but it does give 100 in the divine, so that comes in very handy. And then here is the phoenix, another one, 200. I do kind of like these, and I'm talking about the ones that give the divine, simply because each one gives a different level. So the bad part is remembering what everything has, because you guys have seen me. I am too OCD not to let them sit there and twinkle. I can't do it. It drives me crazy. So the good thing is if you have several, I mean the easiest thing to do would just be make you a chart or a list. This one, um, I some of these I got just so I could say that I did it. Some of them, like this, if you could stack these, this would be incredible to help you out. Um, and then you've got some that give not these shoes right here. I'm having to make. It's going to be. I can't remember what it is. I need 30 or 50 pair. I've been looking like trying to go ahead. So when I get up here, like invent mammoth hunt. Yeah, I need 20 pair, and I'm up to 14, and I've been making them very slowly. The same thing with this. This is another one. If you have something that gives you yellow potions, if you get to the right spot, I mean, you could make 1 pair and then put a potion on it. So using your gifts from your totems is just as important, knowing when to do it. You know what I'm saying? So this one, the large product, yeah, that one is, and then here's a medium, which the stone knives, because it takes a lot to make a stone knife. So then down here in the corner, I like this one too, because I hate to waste and throw away stuff, which I have been called out on, and I totally admit sometimes I get very frustrated with no inventory, and I just go, forget it, and I trash it. I like this because it recycles, and then you can go in and exchange it for stuff that you can really use. So this one kind of, I wish there was like another um, upgrade or something, that would be cool. But yeah, so this comes in really handy. And then down here in the corner, this is another food one. So I don't need the food. I know this is food, so I'm just going to let it sit there. That I can tolerate because I know that I will just waste it. And then down here in the corner is that little small mana one, which I can actually, um, you know, and those aren't, let me see, that's not too, let's see, oh, wrong one. Where is that little twerk? There it is. That's not that hard to make. It's really not. So, you could get a bunch of this stuff, probably from your other totems, to make this. And it looks like you can, I don't know if you can stack them inside. I'm assuming you can. But, I mean, it only gives, I mean, it doesn't give that much. But, you know, sometimes you don't need, if you had 5 or 6 of these stacked, and you only needed 40 or 50 of the mana, that would be perfect. So, it all has to do with, first of all, remembering what gives what, which I admit sometimes can get very, I can't remember, as many times as I've opened these or used them. So, here's a large one. I like this one for the feathers. Some quests you can use a lot of feathers. That's come in handy. That's come in handy. And then got right here, the rope is the big one on this one. And these stumps, it takes 40 wood, and I can't remember how many hours. We'll look in a second. See, this is another one. 70. Sometimes I don't need big numbers. I need smaller numbers. So, yeah, you just have to kind of remember. And then here's one right here. See, that one's 30. The gems are good, but I enjoy these more for the mana than I'd call it mana, but the divinity than I do anything. So then let's pop right in here. I do have some of them in the. Now these are just for event things. That's the only thing you can put in here. So this is the Easter one, and it does take quite a bit of time for these to fill up. This one, the hay stacks, or the hay straw stacks, or whatever, those come in really, really handy. Now, this one is the festival, festival wreath. These potions, man, I love these potions. That's the big one for me. And then, of course, it does cost to unlock each slot. And then we go back in. And I've got 10 of these fire bushes. I love the fire bushes. And I hate to do it, but that's all it gives. But, man, when you've got them stacked up... but let me do... Yeah, I'm out of room. But some of these you can just stack up in here. The cavemen also. Let me do him. The shirts are good for helping to build. The knives are another good one. 20 on that. That's really good. These shoes, they make you move faster. I really don't really care about that. But I do like to feed these to my cornucopia. Do not waste anything. Try not to waste anything. These also come when you buy more crystals. I can't do it right now because I'm full. And I can't do it right now because I'm full. Let's go down to our cornucopia, see what I can get. So I'm already back up to 16. Sometimes you just don't need, And like I said, when it comes to when you're doing quests, you're going to have to pick what you need and what you don't. So, like right now, I am focused on making the boar food, the boar feed. And in order to do that, I have to have 10 bowls. So, the problem with this is, right now, is of course, inventory, again, and charcoal. So, because it takes charcoal there, and it also takes charcoal to make copper in order to make that. So yeah, it's just sometimes it's just a vicious circle. So I try to use every single, and then here's the polar bears. Mr. Polar Bear, that's another thing. The walking ones, oh my god, they can be very frustrating because they will go behind a structure and you can't click on them. Now, the polar bears are pretty good. This is another one that you have to do with the crystals. But I will. The sinew is a good one. The animal skins are a good one. This one's actually a pretty decent one. And then I've got. There's another polar bear. I've got a couple of dodo birds. They're running around somewhere. The problem is. Now, this is the very first one I got. This is um, the saber tooth. Um, probably the best one I like is these herbs right here. They come in because that's 15 at a time. The trouble is, there's one of my dodos. The dodos can be, I don't know. The only thing I really like probably about the dodos is the eggs and the feathers. The problem is, there's no way that I know of that you um, can guess what you're going to get next. I mean, because I have even tried to write down stuff, and sometimes I've got the same thing like two, 3 times in a row. It is not always perfectly random. Do not think that. So, yeah, it's just a matter of first of all remembering what each one gives. Like I said, you can make a chart or a list. Um, I like the fact that some of them you can stack. I don't know if there's a limit on fire bushes, not that I know of. Some of them, unfortunately, you can only get by buying um, crystals. And I'm going to show you, there is, if you've bought crystals before, you know there's a tab. There's one that says bundles, and there's a tab that says redeem. Make sure you are checking that redeem tab because I didn't know that every once in a while after you get crystals a code or something will pop up in there and you can redeem it and get like 20 more crystals. It's just like a gift or a bonus or something. Make sure you check that out. Very important to remember because I hadn't been noticing it. Somebody mentioned it to me, and I'm like, I don't think I've ever even been in there because I was thinking it was like a code for the game, which I'm now on. Looking back, I'm like, well, why would they give you a code to a game you already have? But yeah, it's just like bonus stuff. So make sure you're checking that out. And then like, make sure room is another thing. Like eventually, I would like to unlock and stack all. Oh, there's my other polar bear. There he is. Yep, 10 hides. But yeah, I mean, it'll come in handy somewhere. I hope. But yeah, you just have to think about, what each one gives you. Um, how can I use that to my advantage? The bear guy, I might move into, um, because I've got 2 already. Some of these I will not get but 1. And then some of these, part of me is thinking, like this one, if you had enough of these stacked up, that could be some good stuff right there. And then you've got some, I wish I could do another one, but it limits you to how many you can actually have. Unless there's a way around that and I do not know it. So if you know, let me know. I got a lot of people I need to marry. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I know I've been to a lot. I try to visit everybody as often as I can, and I know there are other things that I skipped simply because I'm doing a series, and I mean I didn't want to take the time to stop and dump my inventory with all the work I was doing in order to do the event. If you're just casually playing this, I strongly suggest you take the time to stop and do these. It can pay off. It really, really can. So, if you got any more questions, or there, I mean, by no means am I an expert at this game. I am not. People are constantly helping me out and saying, "Hey, did you know?" And I'm like, "No, I didn't know that." So yeah, but if there's something else that you guys want me to kind of highlight or show off, so thank you, Cassiox, and shout out to you. Um, but yeah, just let me know, and let me know any tips or tricks that you know that you use in your world. Oh yeah, I almost forgot this one. Here is this is the Halloween one, and it just expanded my inventory by 100. Big kind of area to take up, but 100 inventory is a lot on this game. Trust me, when inventory is an issue every time you turn around. So I'm going to have to go back to my boar food. I finally got one more bowl. I'm going to have to start on charcoal again. So yeah, my problem as always is the inventory, and I will have to go back through and try to figure out what I'm going to throw away, what I'm going to get rid of, to keep it going because I'm back up to 100% again. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the Totem tour, we'll call it. And yeah, just any tips or tricks that you want to share that you've learned about the game. And I guess there's my other dodo. Hey, dude, one feather. But he does have 5 and 1. I kind of like that one too. So yes, I know. Thank you. Um, so anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed and got any questions, comments, tips, leave them below. And I'm back to looking for ways to get faster on boar food. So I will see you in the next video. This is Mntdewmania. Links in the description how to play online. I play through Steam. It's free either way. Want to hit me up, be friends? That'd be awesome. We can help each other out. I'm so out of here. Bye, guys.